Welcome back, all you little chipsters out there. Let's do a 2355 flail update. A lot of people have been asking about the 2355. Where's it at? How's it coming along? Here's a little update after Christmas update. It looks about the same over here. You know, you got some nice air hose stuff here. That's nice. That's slick. If you can just hook your air wand up here, blow the chipper off, or if you need to change a tire, anything like that, it's nice to have those there. You'll see those around. Those are custom built by Jeff himself, professional. So, yeah, there's some stuff going on. Still a lot going on here. You can tell Brian's been working on that to get the old Webasto hooked up. Get that thing going. Working on that thing there. As you can tell, we got a big hole here. I'll give you an update on that in a second of what's all getting rebuilt and redone. So it's coming along. Brian worked on the grapple the other day. I believe that's just ready to go. He needed some fittings. He didn't have the half-inch ends, but they're gonna get the half-inch ends so he can have it hosed and ready to go. That's the idea. So that's the grapple ready to go on her. We had talked. The one thing that really screwed up on is we didn't rebuild this. Whether it's going to get rebuilt or not, I don't know. Brian worked on a couple spools. He worked on a couple of them. I'm not sure which ones, but he might have worked on all of them. It looks like they've all been messed with. But that's the one that didn't get rebuilt, which we had talked we should have rebuilt this, and I'll show you why in a second. But yeah, this is the wiring for the Webasto stuff, right? Where did it go? Is that it? Yeah, I think it's this harness here. Working on the wiring on that, getting that hooked up. Then that goes into here. That little thing, little MacGyver here. So, working on that. Everything else is just about to go. You see, you got your air stuff here. Handier than a pocket in a shirt. I mean, it just looks crispy. Everything's looking nice. Looking real good. Speed sensors are on it. I forgot to ask if those worked or not. That was one question I had. But, they were going to work on those speed sensors to see if those worked. Brian's working on a grapple over here. Some new parts in there. That is for that one. It'd be really nice to have a complete spare. That's kind of the idea. A spare would be just awesome, because then you could just literally pull a pin, unhook 4 hoses, and have a rebuilt grapple on hand, ready to go, so that if anything broke on one, you could have one together, and you could have one put on a chipper in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour. Depends on how things go. You know how it goes. The half-hour project should take a half hour, and it takes 2. But if you had that rebuilt, it would be really simple to change out grapples. Like I said, the one on the 2755 right now, the cylinders are wore right out. And they were working on those. But another air hose back here. Just kind of all over. It's just slick. We'll see how it works. I think it's going to be really, really nice. But that right there is something to be proud of. When you do stuff like that, you need to be proud of yourself. Just slick. But it's coming along. Things are taking some time. This is your stuff over here that has to get put back together. This is Brian's little area over here. Let me show you here. If I can get some more light. Look at this. That's bad. It's supposed to look like, oh, you ain't got no light. Let's see here. It's not working, but you can tell from that it's not supposed to be rounded in there like that. In here, it's all rounded out. That wouldn't have lasted long at all. There's some stuff like that that just was not pretty. It was not pretty. And here's the part that goes through the grapple, in case you never knew. This sticks out the bottom where you hook your hoses onto, and then that comes out the top. Fun little fact that goes into here. That goes into that. Little fun factoid for you. But Brian, you gotta hammer them out. But that sits in there like that. We'll just have a quick little shop tour this morning of the different parts that we're working on. But these are all the stuff for that. That's what Brian's doing. But over here, you can tell they pulled the valve bank out. We talked about that twice. We've pulled that out. By we, I mean they. Can't get it to focus for some reason. Phone's fussy this morning. But over here, you have all the stuff that I'm not allowed to touch again, that I don't touch. All these parts over here. So, but as you can tell, there is stuff coming back together slowly. There's some stuff getting done to her. And I don't touch anything because I'm not messing anybody up. That's my main goal. But if you look, the reason why I talked about that valve bank is this was the one in the back. This one has been all redone. There's O-rings in between all of those, and then there's O-rings inside of each one too, and different stuff like that. Anyways, that's the back one that's up under the cab, and the front one is what we looked at earlier. The reason why I said we should have redone the front one is because of stuff like that. And stuff like, you see this stuff here? It's like bits and pieces of stuff. I mean, there's O-rings that are just like everything. See the chunks? Everything's dry rotted. So it's just, everything's like that. Just, if you grab a hold, they're hard. It's not pretty. But you end up with a bunch of chunks. And that's why we probably should have redone the guts of that front valve bank. Where it gets done, I don't know. I'm not that smart. But right here is, again, I'm not touching anything. That's, I'm not getting in trouble. But yeah, it's all getting rebuilt. Everything's coming together. It's just taking time. I know they're waiting on some parts. But should be, looks like that one they've worked on. I don't know. I'm not down here wanting the woods, so I stay out of trouble, you know. But yeah, a little bit starting to come back together. So, and if you don't know, there's like O-rings like in here and all in here and everywhere. So you have to replace all those. There's stuff that goes all in there. See, the more I'm around it, the more I touch stuff. So we just need to walk away, not touch anything, because we're gonna get in trouble. And by we, I mean me. So yeah, that's the valve bank for underneath the cab, and then there's one up in the front. But like, yeah, what I was telling about the grapple is if you could just pop that one pin out of there, it falls out. You throw a new one on there, and all the rest is 4 hoses. And they're all the exact same setup on each chipper. Those are all 5/8 JIC female fittings on those. So they're all the same. Real simple to change out. You could do it on each one. But kind of the idea, because that one on the 2755 is just, it's a headache. We're trying to grab a hold of timber and she's won't do it. So irritating after a while when she's slipping and sliding like it shouldn't. But that's where the spare would come in really handy. But yeah, all this right here, you can tell it's all over there and over there. But it'll be, when it gets back together, it'll work like it's supposed to. That's the main idea. The less, with this fixed, you're gonna know that it's all done right. You're gonna know that this all right here, it's all done. That's the main idea. Then you don't have to worry about any of that. Took them a long time to get the flails to work because the stuff in there had been sitting for so long. Stuff just wouldn't click like it's supposed to. So it took a long time, but should work out pretty good. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you all have an awesome day. And as always, just keep rolling. Chipper update.